Tell me if you see it. We're live.
And we are live, ladies and gents. And I know this is week 6 this time instead of
Yep.
saying week 4 last time and going, oops. So, yes, we've all been, as we were talking about the last time, we've all been kind of catterwampus with all the energies and stuff shifting, changing. Nicole, I'm sure, is en route to us.
Yeah.
Generally, she's getting awakened and being told, "Hey, kid, it's time to show up."
All right.
So, um, AI.
Yeah,
Oh,
we've got a Twitch. We're streaming live on Twitch also. So this is
oh.
one of our Twitch
Well, there we
viewers.
go.
Welcome.
Yes, I could not even. I seem to have issues even creating a thumbnail. So I had posted something. Um, that's a quote from Carl Jung. Some of his work is going to be discussed today. I think
Yeah.
we'll chat for a bit while we're waiting
Yeah.
folks to find
Well,
us and
yeah. Yeah.
come on board
And
with us.
yeah, and this is speaking to the sovereignty of souls.
Right. With the focus on the divine feminine and the beautiful work of Sophia and
Mhm.
her council of
Yeah.
light that
Yeah.
comes in and generously shares with us via Nicole and answers plenty of questions. So I do hope people come with questions. Um, I have a few, but
Yeah. Yeah. Related to the sovereignty
right, right,
aspect of the person's
right,
soul. Yeah.
right. And you know that is a term uh, that's become more modernized over time
Hmm.
or viewed a little differently. I think, what was it? Yeah, I I know Carl Jung called it by a different verbiage, but he
Oh,
was referring to sovereignty and
oh, and how
understanding.
did we term it?
Well,
How
that's
did,
what I was kind of looking for here to see if I
oh,
could. Um, oh, well, he just called it psychological sovereignty when he was
oh,
first looking into it.
okay.
Because, being a man who delved into the mind and trying to understand the mind
Yeah,
of
during his time.
humanity.
Yeah.
And he was doing this in the
18?
early 1900s.
Yeah.
So, he was a byproduct of the end result of the 1800s.
He was born
And
in the 1800s, wasn't he?
do what?
Wasn't he born in the 1800s,
Oh,
Carl
yeah.
Jung?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. By the
Yeah.
time he was really into his field of study, I think it was like 1913 was
Yeah.
when he was
Early.
evolving into this.
Yes.
Um, because he studied the early works of his cohorts.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
and so
Freud, right?
Freud and some of the others that were considered, the the minds of psychology at the time, and they were developing the whole concept of
Yeah.
psychology
Yeah.
um, and looking. It's sad that Jung, well, and even Nietzsche followed this work. We were talking about that the other day,
Uh-huh.
and so sad that they didn't really fully come into this understanding and clear out a lot of those horrible warehouses for the criminal, for the insane,
Yeah.
when they were not insane, the bulk of them. When they
Mm-mm.
really got looking at them, okay, you're hearing voices. Well, if you're not schizophrenic, you don't follow that track. Something
Yeah.
more is going on. And
Yes.
and so he became more open to understanding that in time.
That's
But
how he uh, that's how he, I think this is what led him into creating the archetype cards, you know, because like I said, I know people that are in the field of psychology, being therapists, that follow Jung and use the cards to enhance
yeah,
their helping people.
yeah. And
So
over time, those that are using Dolores Cannon's work, which we were
yeah,
also speaking to backstage,
yeah,
uh, yeah, they're understanding more and
hmm
more. I
yeah, that,
know in the early 70s when my first thought was that I was going to be a psychologist.
Okay.
And then I found out very quickly that unless I was going to be taking out stock in Kleenex,
Oh,
I'd be crying right along with my patients
yours.
because I still could just, I mean, I'm still a weeper. I just
Yeah.
am. I was weeping this morning at something that I was watching. I'm like, oh, geez, really? But especially when animals are involved.
Yeah.
Humans, I've gotten a bit of better
Yeah.
balance, but
Yeah.
the animals, to me,
Not
they're
so
just
much
so
with the
innocent.
animals.
They don't deserve humans that aren't going to be nice to them.
Hmm.
So that always gets me going in the tear ducts. But yeah, I decided, well, I don't think I've got enough conventionality that I could hold to a strict format within the
Okay.
psychology community.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided to go other directions.
Hmm.
But I did probably by third semester of study, I had already found the work of Carl Jung and very much gravitated to it. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah, this guy's up to something. He's got something going. So,
Yeah.
how are we doing here? Have we got anybody popping in yet?
Um, well, you see, unless there could be people watching and we wouldn't. Oh, Betty,
That's me.
oh, that's you. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
it's showing me without my BJ's esoteric music. Like I said, it's pulled in an old photo. I don't know where it came
oh,
from. That was early
wow.
on. So
Yeah. Yeah. Earlier channel too. Yeah.
that wasn't a
Yeah.
channel at all. That was just me
Oh,
on
okay.
YouTube when I used to, be commenting on other things.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
just what it assigned me
All right. Yeah,
initially.
because we can't see lurkers, or people that
Right,
are just watching if they're not in the chat, but they're listening and watching. We're not going to know, and
right.
that's okay. So
Yeah.
only those that pop into the chat will show up on our little count thing with the eye.
Okay.
And,
Well, yeah,
yeah,
we're getting on nearly 8 minutes here. So
yeah, yeah. I was gonna text uh, Nicole
Nicole,
again, just in case, and
good idea.
yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. So, do you know where you want to start today, or?
And I think I wanted to preface this with uh, from the Sophia uh, the Sophia Code. This
Okay,
little quick paragraph, and it's
okay.
from Key Code 333. Seems appropriate.
Uh-huh,
And
yeah.
the Sophia Dragon Tribe, she of one council, an ascended master high council whose live transmission reveals the sovereign Sophia Christ light within all beings. Our living transmission awakens your human awareness to activate the Sophia code within you and embody your own sovereign divine nature. So
All right.
that is definitely part of what she is doing first and foremost in this time is
All right.
reactivating those internal. Well, I've got a big old selenite wand here that's supposed to be holding the book open, and it keeps
Yeah,
roly-polying away.
yeah. And Nicole just she'll be here in a couple minutes.
Oh, good, 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 good.
Yeah.
And also, in the Sophia Code, I found this that I wanted to highlight. Um, I accept that I hold the golden keys to my heaven on earth. I accept that I create my reality by the power of my word. My word is good. My heart is pure. By the loving power of my pure word, I call forth and invoke the full presence of forgiveness for myself now.
That's
And
beautiful.
yeah, I that just really, with everything happening with the I
Hmm.
guess it was just yesterday, the solar eclipse,
Oh
and
yeah.
what that uh, brought in.
Hmm.
Um, I think we are well into the time when we need to claim ourselves and
Yeah.
stand on it. And
Yeah.
I think that can be so frightening for a number of people, but I think we've come to figure out that it's the only way
Yeah.
to get
And
through all
to
this. Yeah,
get there also, um, is a matter of spending those quiet moments with oneself, you
right.
know, as in like before you speak, you know, or, you know, um, just at every opportune moment of the day and to stay present, you
Yeah,
know, in our own sovereignty, in our own uh, essence. You
yeah,
know, that's what strengthens the sovereignty within us all, I believe.
yeah, yeah. And until we are able to really stand solidly in that, we're going to be buffeted about and easily swayed by external forces. And I
Yeah,
think it's really just time to kick all that to the curb and say, no,
yeah. Well,
not.
when that happens, we just need to remind ourselves, be present enough to remind ourselves to pull back in, keep the calm, process, use discernment, and that strengthens
Yeah,
our entire soul, our sovereignty of self here in this world. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And this was the quote of Carl Jung that I wanted to read out. Like I said, I put it on my
Yeah.
post, but Carl Jung said, loneliness does not come from having no people around you, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to you. Loneliness is rarely about empty rooms. It is about carrying words you cannot say and trust you do not feel safe to share. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. And truths, not trust, truths
Okay.
you do not feel safe to share.
There you go.
Healing is learning to speak what matters most to you, so you are no longer alone with it. This
Mhm.
is the work of letting yourself be seen and known for who you really are. And how many inauthentic people are running around out there
Oh,
who
yeah.
don't even have the courage to find out who they are?
Or, hi, Auntie Vaughn. So glad you're here. Um,
Two for
yeah,
two.
you know, and I think it's most of it is the noise of the world. You know, I mean, look at how many are in hustling, bustling cities. You
Yeah,
know, how how many opportunities do you have even to hear the silence of your own soul?
yeah,
There she is.
yeah.
There she is.
Oh, we've got Nicole.
There she is.
Beautiful.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, you.
Can you hear me? I think the volume's down. Sorry. Give me a second.
Little low, but we can
Yeah.
hear you.
Is that better?
Yeah,
I thought so. Okay, I'm gonna put on the highest just in case.
good job.
All right. Oh, you see the light? I
I
woke
was
up with
seeing that. Yeah.
there is intensity that I have just picked up on. Holy macaronis.
Yeah.
Holy macaronis. Okay, I'm just gonna throw a word out. I'm sorry we guys are talking. Hi everybody. I just
I
popped in. um uh I got a word in my head. And it's an interesting one. It's one I don't usually use. Like we usually say grace, but instead of the word grace, this word came in. Mercy.
Oh, I like that, Merce. I like that word.
And I stayed up till like 2 in the morning just trying to synthesize the energy last night. This is now 6 in the morning. So it
Yeah.
gave me a few minutes. Sorry, guys. Seriously. I'm used to 2 hours of sleep, which is the usual, but yeah, and that's real, unfortunately. But here's the fun. I was trying to figure out what that was. Sorry if I interrupted something, but this is a train of thought. And I was trying to figure out who wanted to come through today because I get the collective of lady energy, as we call it, that nurturing, quiet energy. And I hope you can hear me. I could put the clip here, but yeah, okay, cool. Now, here's the catch. Mercy is different for some reason. It's not just forgiveness. It's not just grace. It's not just understanding. It's not just knowing. It's not just truth of a perspective, for that matter, within the delusion illusion that we live in. Yes? It's the entity that came through is one that I didn't realize I actually have had kind of like, like throughout your life, you've had those interactions with. I never, it's like those beings you just never think, oh yeah, I talked to this one or this one came to me. Had no idea. No idea. And this one is Kuan Yin. Kuan Yin is the entity, the female entity. I Googled it. I seriously Googled it at 2 something in the morning. I usually don't Google much lately, but I Googled this. Kuan Yin is the female, quote unquote, female energetic, let's say, template or code of a being that represents the female bodhisattva. Yes, bodhisattva. That's the one of mercy.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting is right, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's not just
I was reading her material in the Sophia Code. She gives chapters to each on the council, and I was reading in Kuan Yin's just yesterday.
Okay.
So yeah, she must have been waving, saying, "I'm going to be coming in."
I had a feeling something was going to be a doozy this week because I don't think she had a very peaceful, gentle life. Even the Buddha did not have a kind, sweet,
I was going to
life.
say, no, it's
No.
usually they are ready. It's their transition life, and so they're going to hit all the max hurdles.
Yes,
just to make sure.
Perfect. And for a woman, I hate to say it, but I don't hate to say it because I'm also a recipient of this in my lifetime now as a human. Is when you're forcibly taken in a let's say intimate way that you didn't give consent to.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the nicest way of saying that. Does that make more sense? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in a way there is something to that with Kuan Yin, because the resilience, the resistance of just going, I'm standing, I'm still here, I've been here, I'm not going anywhere, is astounding. I'm speaking through the energy right now. Like, she is something. It's subtle, powerful, quiet, but exquisitely clear.
That's the very core of mercy, I would say.
Yeah, it's clarity in absolute chaos.
Yep, it is knowing the evil, the malice, whatever was thrown at you.
Say it.
You have found the kernel that says, I can give mercy to this person. Because
despite anything, despite how cruel,
I will not carry this stain in my soul.
Thank you.
Mercy is applied.
Thank you. Thank you.
Get the hell out.
Bingo. Bingo. That's it.
Go that far, but I would.
No, but that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what the
I'm going to give you the backdrop. I'm going to give you the backdrop on Kuan Yin. She was left to die in a pool of her own blood after witnessing the execution of her parents. She walked in the jungle now, and do not delay. She became a feral ghost and burrowed herself deep in the forest of her grief.
Oh,
She somehow managed to survive alone until the age of 17. I think I told you about this story. And it took,
17.
yeah, until 17. And then there was an
Sorry,
entity.
guys.
There was an entity that came, a divine entity that came and was with her, like within arm's length for another like 10 years before they actually connected.
Oh,
But yeah, she really went through it. Yeah, she would
see?
absolutely possess mercy.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay, so this is exactly what I was going through in my lifetime. I know it doesn't
Mhm.
seem like it, but I have.
Yeah.
You have too, Loretta. Don't get you too,
Oh,
B. Don't play with me. We both, all three of us, we know.
We've all had our trials by fire. Yeah.
yeah.
And, and
Yeah.
and it just
Yeah.
didn't stop to like a certain point. It was decades of it, all three of us, until it decided to just kind of and simmer down to at least like ash, to like you just have some smoke. Like it just that massive bonfire has not stopped. You
Yeah.
know, it
That's why,
doesn't.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I think I have,
Oh.
what, six planets, including my sun and moon in Virgo. I think that
Oh.
fire had to
right.
come through in this lifetime
And
to,
Virgo is truth, unfortunately. As much as it could be a pain in the butt, it is a truth
oh, yeah.
indicator.
Yeah.
That's
In
it annoys
Western,
people for
my
that.
moon is Virgo, but
Yeah,
in, yeah,
yeah. It's like
yeah,
it's the uncomfortable truth that if you don't like it, it doesn't matter. It's going to happen anyway, and you
right,
just have to either deal with it, but you
right.
can't blame the person who's a Virgo for being blunt because my birthday is on 27th of this month.
So you're
I'm way
cusping,
too close. I'm way too close to you as a Leo, and I'm way
right,
too close to
right,
the truth of a Virgo.
Yeah.
And that in itself makes a very dangerous leader or role model position because I'm the one that's hated the most. Because I will say it, but with tact, with respect, with class, with integrity,
Mhm.
right? With
With
dignity,
mercy.
with mercy. Even if someone, which have mostly almost 99% of anyone that came into my life, they have all done this, and I've all said every single time, not with a smirk, not with some kind of evil face, no, truth on my face,
yeah,
with
Mhm.
truth that this is my standard, this is my boundary, this is my. I'd have to eventually learn what the boundary was, and eventually learn what it was. And once we get there, that's the
no turning
most
back,
dangerous. That's it. It's the most dangerous trait a human can have, or an
yeah,
entity can have, because there's no, like you just said, there is no going back. It
right,
is just where it stands. And there's no way anything or anyone can do more than unconditional love. Okay, I forgot the word love. I wrote a bunch of words down. I forgot the word love. Really interesting. So yeah, there's so much to the whole, but I was and again, I'm doing things on the side, just like, creatively. And the things I'm doing creatively brought up a topic. And the topic was this. How do you, when you don't have pure communication, yes, how
Mhm.
do you then say that your intentions, no matter how pure, how kind, how wonderful, they're good? Doesn't matter how nice you are, no matter how much you intended that your actions were in the right place. But if your execution of that action, if your delivery of that action,
Mhm.
your actual premeditated, non-premeditated, purposeful, intended, not intentional, intended action itself is coming off as cruel, hidden, darker, I'm here to protect you. I'm going to withhold this kind of information from you. I'm being speaking cryptically, but whomever's going to watch this will understand what I just said.
Yeah.
We call that victimhood. We call that someone who's been groomed, someone who's been put in like a situation where you are not giving that absolute free will to make that decision yourself. But you're just being, it's not being a helicopter parent. It's not being put in cotton wool. Not that. No. It's a difference. It's when you do truly, absolutely love and adore and care for whomever that situation is in. Yes?
Mhm.
That is different to that. Because when you put that and you don't indicate with the pure truth to the core of what exactly you're doing and to what absolute intent you're doing, and you don't have trust to that other individual in which you're supposedly coddling and cotton wooling, then how in the world is that person that you're supposed to be cotton wooling and protecting to know that you care and that you trust them? If you bypass the trust of them and take their free will and don't say exactly what you're doing, that's a problem. That's no longer
That's an error.
truth. Thank you.
One call sin. It's an error.
Right.
You don't do that to another.
No.
And
No matter how your intentions are pure. That's
to me,
what
that
I
is
know.
the whole point of this format is
Good.
to help people once and for all stand in their power. Because if they don't, this world's going to chew them up and spit them out. This is not the time to vacillate. This is not the time to externalize. This is not the time to coddle and keep dragging anchors. Cut those cords. I don't care if they're family members. I don't care if they're people that go clear back to your childhood.
And they say, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Oh,
I'm here for you.
But it's like, I love you as long as is what their real message is every time they come to yet take.
But we also need to address how someone has the ability to speak for themselves in that manner.
Yes.
And this comes back to the person's sovereignty, their own personal sovereignty, and how they find that within themselves.
They've got to understand it. They have to integrate it. They have to acknowledge it.
And
they have to be in acceptance and stand on it.
Yeah.
And once those elements all come into place, it doesn't matter what anyone's doing around you.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter.
But you
That's
find
why
that.
you can find mercy. That's why you can find the ability to stand without judgment. Because we know it's not our place to judge anyone. The only judge that we can sit over is ourselves. Period. So when others that's one of the ways you spot who is doing their work internally and who is not.
Yes.
Because the minute you retract and say, no, I'm sorry, I can no longer, that does no longer work for me.
Me too.
Yeah.
And they say, but
they love me. But they've done this in my good intent. But it's the right intention. They meant it to help me, to protect me, to be there for me. But they were mean because they care. They were there because
that is the cruelty. Because then to not only self but to them. Because by letting them crutch along, they're not learning either.
No.
And so we're not serving them.
No.
True service is unconditional. It is life affirming. And it is something that creates growth.
Yep.
Whether we're there or not.
Correct.
We drop a nugget in the pond and then we go on about our business.
Yeah. It strengthens the sovereignty.
I'm writing notes. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, because you find those quiet, find the quiet moments within yourself to commune with yourself, and it strengthens the self, and it provides, and it introduces the sovereignty that's always been there, that it's been too noisy all around for you to even recognize your own self. And so that's why we need those quiet times with ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of what we're seeing right now on the planet. With the chaos and the confusion.
Yes.
And the only listen to me, only do what I say, only. And it's like, no. When your eyes and that film comes off your eyes and you truly see what's going on.
Yes.
You can't step back into it. You don't want to step back into it. And you really want to help those who are ready to step out of it.
And you become comfortable with your own self, your own sovereignty.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
where your safety
That's a
lies.
beautiful point. That's a really
We are-
beautiful point. The comfort
we
of
are
your own. It's a
Yeah,
big deal.
we are all
Big deal.
unique, and we all have a unique message, a unique mission,
Yes.
a unique purpose.
Yes.
And we're not going to find that in anybody else,
No.
only within in our own sovereignty of the soul.
Loretta, that's exquisite, by the way. I just heard like a whole group of like they walked into this. They're just like cheering. I'm just hearing, like it was just like amazing. You know, like you hear like this. Ah, it's just like a cheer of energy just wafting and waving through. They just said beautifully, perfectly said. It's absolutely right. That was excellent. Oh, by the way, B,
Yeah.
happy birthday in 4 days from my time.
Yeah, it's coming. Oh well, you know, beats the
Come
alternative.
on. You'll enjoy it. And
Seven-
actually, I remember the date, which is very rare for me because I don't always remember the date of people's birthdays lately. So,
Well, that's
so
better
good.
than my sister. The last couple of years, she's like, "When is your?" I'm like, "Seriously?
No, I knew it was a
You got
teens.
7 years on me, and you're asking?"
I knew it's a teens, and I was like, wait a second. I was speaking to Loretta. I purposely called Loretta quietly because I wanted to catch up on one thing. So sorry, but I didn't have like the usual conversation
Yeah.
the other day. But I just needed a little heart to heart because I had a feeling that there was something I wanted to hear. It was an excellent, by the way, conversation. I love you guys completely. It was beautiful. I stepped out of it going, oh, that felt good.
Good.
Like the weight just rolled off. Like the water just flew off finally. You know what I mean? It cleaned it all out.
I do.
And I remembered, I was like, wait a second. I'm like, Loretta, wait a second. Isn't her birthday the 18th? And she's like, yeah, it's exactly that day. I go, yay, I finally got it right. So happy birthday.
Yes.
Thank you.
So we remembered. Strange. Oh, I'm still in the group. So Lilith is having her coffee. Kali is sitting there with her whiskey. Yeah, she's drinking whiskey back there. She enjoys herself. Don't get started. It's funny. I don't know how they do this. They're kind of like in like a little cafe bar, like those little old 50, like those 50 cafe bar. Like they're sitting and then like kind of it's like smoky and they're having their. It's fun.
I call it the cafe at the edge of the universe.
Exactly. It's kind of like what was it? What's his name? Adams.
It's
Book.
a quiet spot that never closes.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun space. So they're all just sitting around talking, and this one's just sitting, and the other ones are just quietly enjoying themselves. And they all just looked up, going, "That's right, good job." They gave me a thumbs up. Everybody's like cheering in the background. But this is interesting. I appreciate that this is the frequency that I picked up on because I even had this message as well about, and I was wondering why so dark. And it was these are the words. I'm just going to say the words. I think it's enough to say because I think we've already spoken about the crux of and the foundation of the concept. I wrote discarded, ignored, and I was really specifically looking for these words, right? Underestimated, which I thought was profoundly interesting, right? Controlled, excluded, judged, and lied to.
Yeah.
Now that's what I picked up on for like a week and a half, a week or so now. And everything that I've been kind of doing creatively, because I'm reading books and I'm kind of creating, I'm starting to do more knitting, things like, has come back to this where I've had to stop the high creations like the knitting that I want and the sewing that I've been creating. And I actually have to put them aside because if that's what's oozing through and I'm still calm, mercy is the perfect word. It's a perfect energetic interface to be presented.
Yeah. Yeah. It's freeing. It's a liberation.
Yes, it is.
To understand and incorporate.
So what I'm going to do is, I know you guys already said something prior, and I came in late, and I'm very sorry because I don't know what was said.
Okay.
I'm halfway in with Kuan Yin as it is.
Okay.
Isis is going to be the guard. She's saying she's going to be the one that watches the energy. Because right now, there is an energetic form that my collective, as that I am as a soul form, absolutely will refuse. And it doesn't sound nice, but I don't. This is what we do. We don't, they're just certain frequencies. No matter how clean you become, you're still not welcome. That's just what happens right now. And her name is Inanna, and that's the last time I'm going to say it. It's Anunnaki, and we will not entertain it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, there will be truth. Yes, there'll be wonderful things that come with that knowledge, but we do not feed that knowledge, and we do not feed that frequency, and we do not acknowledge that energy.
We do
Yeah.
not acknowledge them today. We're talking other things.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what they're doing right now. They're making the actual perimeter
Okay.
Good.
and multiplying the space, and they're cloaking and cloaking and cloaking so that there is a constant pulse,
Good.
so nothing comes through. Even if it's meant in the best intentions, even like we're saying, even it's meant as I mean it out of love, even
Right. Right.
what comes with that energetic fingerprint or imprint, whomever will be watching or listening, I know you probably think whatever, oh, she's crazy, whatever, I don't care. This is the reality. If this is that energy
Yeah.
that is so
Insidious.
perfect. That's the I word I wanted to say. Thank you. And that's exactly what it is. The insidious nature of the invasion that you will not realize because it doesn't mean to be. It's the nature of the energy itself. It has not transmuted or transformed back to anything called that light right here. See? It won't come to this light. It won't take to that light. Even if
No.
it means to come to that light, it wants to. So it may have found a way, but it
It's
cannot
like a
pass
bit
the
of a bomb,
threshold.
but
Yes,
if it comes in at that frequency, you're going to get
that's it.
zapped. It's what we
Yeah.
spoke about last time with the cloaking and the ability to
Yes,
protect the soul as it goes
yes,
down to the lower
yes.
frequencies. Yeah.
That's it. That's exactly it.
Which is the right of souls as they master different levels of
Right.
consciousness and frequency.
Right.
They can go lower to effect change in those other realms, or to aid, I should say, to aid in effecting change.
Yeah.
But the lower cannot go higher.
No.
They
Yeah.
are trapped.
Certain,
where they are.
certain, exactly. There's certain frequencies that if they don't basically disown or just
Yes.
discard, they have to discard, not be discarded. They have to discard those frequencies, those belief systems, those wavelengths, that energy itself. If they don't do it themselves,
And those who are coming here in a discussion and learning process,
yes,
if they are still on that roller coaster,
bingo,
that frequency you're discussing
bingo.
would be the thing that could yank them off course and put them back into the minutia of the chaos and the crazy. So,
Cheers.
yeah, bless that. And yeah,
Mm.
you may have a place, but it ain't here.
Mm.
That's what the A guys need to know.
Mm-mm. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. I'm just going to take a little quick drink. You guys start doing whatever you want. I'm going to
Okay.
take 2 seconds. I'm going to bring her in whole because she is fun energy.
One of the things I wanted to bring up, and we've kind of discussed it a little bit,
Mm.
was the work of Carl Jung, because we began last time
Love
knowing
him. Love
Yes.
him.
knowing
That's letting
that
him.
we need to set a bit of foundation for folks to stand on and then build on. So I wanted to talk about the work of Carl Jung because, as I was saying, he is the one that began to notice the shadow and the fact of integration of shadow.
Mm.
And it was at the time he called it psychological sovereignty.
Mm.
Because remember, as we were talking backstage, Loretta and I, that in understanding the various stages of development with all of this, the verbiage changes over time.
Yeah.
So what was to Carl Jung the psychological sovereignty is true to a degree, but it tends to lean more to the external understanding as opposed to the higher understanding,
Mhm.
which is absolutely fine for the time. Somebody had to get that ball rolling, and he was doing this right at the early 1900s. So, a full century before. So,
Mm.
yeah, um, he had his work cut out for him.
Yeah.
And then as the 60s rolled around, early on, Jane Roberts began channeling Seth. And I
Mhm.
want to talk to the ladies about Seth because one of the things I've come to understand, and I want to clarify that is so,
Seth has a
is
dark
that,
edge. Seth has a dark edge to him.
but Seth was, as I understand it, was the creator of the works that were then taught in the mystery schools. And that
Part. Yeah.
he, over time, um, after that time frame of the Essenes and the mystery schools and all that was going on there, that he chose to no longer come back into this physical realm. He may have done other things, but his messaging is very concise. And that's some of what I appreciate about it. But I'd like to
Mm.
talk to the ladies about that as well. So in shadow integration, from the perspective of Carl Jung,
Mm.
um, it the shadow integration is what frees us from
Mm.
social constructs,
Mhm.
manipulation, and
Mhm.
collective agreements and social structures that become paradigm breakdowns.
Mhm.
And that's what we are doing in this timeline is breaking down the paradigms that have kept people trapped
Mhm.
in less than clear understanding, more disingenuous in nature than helpful. That's what a lot of clubs are all about, is people start formulating and then it quickly turns into a hierarchy structure, and
Mhm.
the haves and the have nots and the blah 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 that goes
Yeah.
Correct.
with
Yeah.
physicality.
We
So,
are here, just so you know. Thank you for our company.
oh, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
So he goes on to express that the kindest people aren't weak. They weren't
Mm-mm.
enduring abuse. They were
Mm-mm.
studying it,
Mhm.
mapping it,
Correct. Correct.
recording every detail with surgical precision,
Correct.
waiting for the moment of action. The
Correct.
kindest people aren't weak, he repeats. They are weapons waiting to be forged.
Absolutely.
And that is part of the empath's journey, is that
Mhm.
we are weapons of light waiting to be forged so that we can
Mm.
maximize the physical experience and
Yeah.
teachings while we are here. Is that correct?
Empathy. Empathy is exactly what you stated. Thank you for that.
That was beautifully said.
It is. And that's exactly what we're waiting, not waiting, but we're very happy that that was the exact semantic word you use in human terms.
Okay.
Empathy, not just compassion and love, not less light. No. Yes, we are sharpened, not just sharpened, but razor sharpened, needlepoint sharpened tools. Surgical,
To give mercy. Would that be fair?
minute, absolutely. If we haven't sharpened all our tools to the point of which that we are now absolute. Notice the word absolute's been said now twice or three times in this one sentence. Absolute, unconditional, pure, primal, unadulterated power of free will. There is
Does
no space for any questioning when your mind, your energy, your concepts that you have accepted and thought and co created are created in a space with love, compassion, and empathy.
I am
Empathy
wondering
is key word. Go ahead, please. Sorry.
I'm wondering if we need to uh, throw light on what empathy actually is and the
Uh-huh.
ability to
Yes.
feel another's pain
We
or
love you,
joy
our
or
Palladian. We love
struggle.
your questions. Always so poignant and so right on target.
I just want to make sure that people understand what empathy is and that we all
Yes. Yes.
possess empathy, those that are
And
having a soul.
empathy goes right to the core of it all.
Yeah.
When we go into that, you can call it a bridge, a ladder, whatever you'd like, a chart. What it doesn't matter. Frequency. There's a frequency of bliss. I always say bliss is the core. It is. Awe, wonder is there with it. The main that compiles all of them is love and compassion and healing. Those are the main three. And bliss, wonder, and awe all live in that space. Now, empathy. How do you coherently, how do you associate yourself with a certain frequency and energy? Is empathy. Let's make this even simpler. You have a situation where you're looking at bliss, wonder, awe, joy, the most pure of the pure. And suddenly you say, I want to see what this pure doesn't look like, doesn't feel like. It's the opposite of.
Mhm.
What lives in that juncture of energetic space in between those two entities of energy, that central space, which our entity, this being in which we are, this Nicole has kindly allowed us to come through, this vessel, as she calls it, is this vessel itself is that central point, is always centralized, she lives by the number 6 for harmony, balance, and equilibrium. That center is the equilibrium. It is the buffer between what you'd call challenge, chaos, discord, disloyalty, cruelty, control, domination, domineering, power. All of that comes into play. And when you have the purest of the pure, the center that comes in is empathy. If you cannot feel what this feels like to be on that, what we call not so kind frequency, lower, as you'd say, because the frequency has a lower scientific description of frequency. The higher the frequency is sharper, closer, and tighter. And that is what we call the light energy, the positive energy, the kind energy. No, it just means tighter, denser, faster, quicker, sharper, louder, but
Clear.
on a clear, but on a higher pitch. It's like a dog or a bird or an animal can hear these like the sonic, like a sonic sound that only the highest and most sensitive, the most sensitive, yes, like our lovely Loretta, our Pleiadian Loretta has just spoken beautifully. That sensitivity, NRB, well, she calls her B. It's Betty Jean, as we'd call you. And this is how this works. It is exactly that. It's that kindness, that understanding, that joy, that beauty. All these frequencies are so tight, so understood, so clear, so concise, but they're undoubtedly, unconditionally what they are in their isness. There is no doubt. There is no questioning. There is a knowing that has never and will never be crossed. So empathy is empathy. It knows all, it embraces all, it comes to neutral, and it sits in joy.
Mhm.
If you wanted an emotional frequency, it's joy, it's kindness, it's showing mercy to those and those other entities that you or any entity may feel never deserve it or never possibly will. Empathy is not a game, it's not a toy. It is by far, next to curiosity, awe and wonder, and love and compassion, one of the most powerful connectors. You call the conjunctions the connectors that bring everything together. It's an attractor. It attracts. It does. And if you're compelled to move away, that's on you. If you've chosen to move away from empathy and just want vengeance and cruelty imposed on anything else,
Yeah.
that is not empathy. That's emptiness.
Yeah.
And there is such a thing. And that's a self-imposed emptiness. And that's why certain entities, no matter how much they've tried, still can't come through unless they shed it all until they're fully pure. That is why that entity is not welcome into her space, into our vessel space. And she is very quite fortified right now. We've been in her and around her. I know that sounds strange, but let's enjoy that as an entity of energy. We've been around her for 3 days now, and she's picked up on us. And we're just as curious as what is going to be. The world right now that you're living in is in chaos. The empathy is your challenge. So all of you, as you call warriors of light, keepers, lighthouses, receivers, adapters, grounders, whatever you choose to be in this family, this, as you call, army of light, please continue. Because if you do not stand your ground, like our lovely Betty Jean said, and like Loretta, if you do not stand your ground right now, if you do not, and you start wavering and thinking that everything is going to be wonderful and sweet and kind, no. You are now in the battle, bloodied, and you have to endure. And how do you endure? In the most peaceful way that you can for yourself. Go within, find a quiet space, create a quiet space, and don't let anything in that has any intention, even no matter how kind and lovely and sweet. No, even a viper snake will still bite you in your den. Even if it promised that it took all the venom out of its body, it still has fangs. It still has a body that can tighten around and suffocate you if it wanted to, couldn't it? You need to be vigilant, as they say. Watch, always be aware of what is and why. That is when you sharpen your tools. That is when you sharpen your soul. Your soul gets sharpened. Your instincts, your awareness, what you look at, why you look at, where it comes from, who, where, why, how, when, it all comes into play. You don't have a choice. That is what it is. That's empathy. Empathy is not just love and healing and compassion. Empathy is not just a mirror, but it's a mirror to all options at the same moment, at the same time. Empathy is what you give, so there is balance, and you can be a diplomatic, neutral player.
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yeah. Yeah. As Jung began to perceive in this highly empathic and sovereign, he figured out she had her sovereignty.
Yes.
This patient that he was working with.
Yes.
And he said she couldn't hold employment because her presence disrupted the collective unconscious
We've heard of this patient. Yes, yes,
that
yes,
keep groups together.
yes.
He was realizing this was not pathology, but
No,
what happens when the unconscious becomes too conscious.
correct.
Mm.
And
Correct.
this is the times, my ad here in this discussion, this is the times we find ourselves in the present.
Yes,
That when the perception becomes too differentiated from
yes,
social survival,
yes. Perfect. We want
what
to hear the word
was
survival.
more disturbing to Jung was this patient's extraordinary perceptions seemed impossible to explain. I'm
Mm,
sure from an external point of view.
mm,
And he began investigating what he termed participation mystique.
mm.
And that he found that roughly 20% of people have highly sensory and emotional sensitivity.
Yeah.
When
This
one
vessel does.
sees clearly what others can't or won't see, it creates extended isolation, and one
Yes.
becomes a mirror that society can't bear to look into.
That's
And
exactly
so
what this
it's
your vessel
satisfying.
here is doing. This is what
Yes,
Nicole's doing right now. Correct.
exactly right. That's what, yes,
Continue. Yes, sorry to interrupt,
where
but
we
please
all need to
continue.
get to.
Yes.
Jung went on to say that it creates what is called the problem of the superior function. When
Mm.
your greatest strength becomes your greatest burden, as it
Mm.
separates one from the collective unconsciousness participation, he realized he was not sitting across from a victim,
Mm.
but what but what he later called a psychological genius in hiding.
Correct.
She was an emotional arc. She was an emotional arc in archaeology. She could
Mm.
excavate people's deepest wounds just by watching their micro expressions. And how often do we try to explain that to others? When they go,
Mhm.
how did you get that? They never said that. It's like, it was all over their face. It was in their eyes. It was in their, how
The
did you
body,
miss?
Mhm.
all of it. Yeah.
And
Yes.
that is so hard.
Yeah.
That is, to me, is the becomes the casting your pearls amongst swine. You
Mhm.
can't. You just cannot. If they don't understand it, they don't
They
understand it.
don't understand.
But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that you diminish yourself.
No,
To
that's
be
it.
Mhm.
Perfect. Do
No.
never diminish it. That we're happy you said that. Those words. To
Yep.
diminish is the invitation for
Yes.
that. What we were saying earlier, to not give your
For the
power
external to
away.
come in
Correct.
and set you off track.
It's the
Okay.
And
crack.
somebody wrote about this gal that she was not psychic. Empaths aren't broken. They're
Mm-mm.
alchemists in process.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And she was simply paying attention at a level most humans never reach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What others call intuition, she called data collection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jung began to understand something profound about empathy.
Mm-hmm.
They don't just feel more deeply,
Mm-mm.
they process emotions and information faster. That's that frequency, high
Yeah.
frequency you were speaking to, Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
They feel okay, they process emotions and
Correct.
information faster and more accurately than anyone else. Their
Absolutely.
brains are wired for pattern recognition
Yeah.
in human behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
Society thinks this is a curse.
Correct. And that goes to your mental health issues, where you've diagnosed people with inappropriate labels and titles,
Right?
like schizophrenia. Yes, we're saying it. Like
Yes.
Yes.
multiple personalities, we're saying it. Like
Mhm.
manic depression,
Mm-hmm.
like identity issues where you don't identify with yourself. It's a fractured moment. What we're not speaking of, and what we haven't said, is interdimensionality of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You exist. Every human and entity listening, watching, eventually hearing this or not, or just getting the information as we're speaking. Because as we speak, whether you watch this or not, or hear this or not, it is being received by all that exists in the now.
Mm-hmm.
And that concept right there, by stating it like that, is beyond confusing for many, too many.
Yeah.
And that is the problem, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yes. Empaths don't lose their mind from
No,
feeling too much. They
no,
lose their mind from being repeatedly told their feelings are wrong.
or inappropriate, or
Not
in
a
misplaced.
breakdown, but a
Right,
breakthrough.
correct,
They are the emotional shock absorbers of their own
correct.
social systems.
Yes,
Jung saw in his empath patients that their integration didn't happen slowly over time, but happened in one explosive moment.
Yeah.
he called shadow integration under
Mhm.
extreme duress. The
Yeah.
trigger was always betrayal.
Yes.
Not just any betrayal, but betrayal by someone the empath had completely
Trusted.
trusted and
Yeah.
Trusted.
protected. And it
Correct.
wasn't the act itself, it was the realization that they had
Yes.
seen the signs all along
Yes.
and ignored them.
Correct. Because they wanted it to be otherwise. They
Yes,
wanted to be love and truth.
right,
Yeah.
right. When you see into somebody enough that you see the higher potentiality that they're refusing to go after,
Correct.
that has always been the breakdown for
Through.
me.
Right. It's their
That's where I
breakdown, but
was
your
sitting in a
breakthrough.
puddle of tears crying for somebody because they would not cry for themselves. And
Yes.
I couldn't understand that. And I
Yeah.
had to get
Yes.
past that,
Yeah.
my
I,
own totality.
yeah. I love this. I love this. But we are at an hour.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Our vessel's partner has just walked into the room. We've just heard them. So they're going to go to what you call work very soon. So
Okay.
that means their child will be coming into the room, and that is off limits to these videos,
Yeah.
according to our
And
vessel.
so we're going to wrap this up. And
Okay.
thank you so much, BJ.
Thank
and
you.
Nicole and
Thank you.
Quinlan. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you.
Nicole,
It's
thank you as always.
it's
To
an
the
honor, and thank you for having letting us come through your vessel. You call Nicole Cosmic Blue Avian. She is actually quite. She's now comfortable with us. This is new to her. This is the first time. So actually, this form of conversation out loud, because she's been doing it quietly with me for a week now, and she
Yeah.
didn't realize she knew it was me, but didn't quite know the name. She just knew
It's
as an entity that was. Yeah, just a
you
very
got a
and
whole
it's
cast of characters, but you don't have to have a lot of snacks.
nah, no, she likes us. She realizes I've been there quite a few times now, so we will continue with her, and with you all. So
Beautiful.
we will come back. We will definitely come back, and we will come back as a promise with Lilith next time,
Ah,
and that will be very interesting because Lilith
Yes.
brings on the fire. We
yeah,
bring
and
on the
maybe that's
steam.
why we're at the stopping point in my notes too, because I have a feeling Lilith is going to have some things to
Yes,
say.
Lilith will be there. Isis will always be the gatekeeper. She promises.
Oh, I
And
love
and Kali said she'll be back in a later date. She doesn't need to come. There will be a topic that will definitely be necessary. Something will detonate, is what we just heard her say. So when that comes, she will come and smooth that down. But at the moment, you have Lilith and you have myself, and we will be the gatekeepers for what is dark and unkind and gross and nice and slimy, just so we can make sure we can synthesize it into something that you can actually stomach. So on our part, thank you very much. We are honored, and we are thanking the vessel, and we will now thank you all and thank everyone for being here, and we will give you back the vessel.
Oh, she just
and I will just say to
oh.
those with us in the chat and that please formulate your questions over the next 2 weeks so that when we pull ourselves together again and we have this marvelous opportunity to speak
There
to
it
these
is.
very enlightened women that we
She's
can make.
yummy.
Yeah, I bet you're probably feeling all jazzed around.
Oh,
2 hours of sleep.
who cares? My
Who cares?
gosh,
That's right.
she's
What do they always say?
delicious.
Sleep when you're dead.
She's like, you know what it is? She's like Lilith, but she's like, she just said steam, and I know what she meant. I was like, what do you mean steam? I'm standing from the corner going, what the hell, steam? She goes, no, I'm water. But because I start with heat, I'm walking steam.
Yeah.
I'm not mist, I'm steam.
It's the smolder. Yep.
That's what she meant by that refined tool that you spoke so gorgeously about. It's that it's when you take mist and the water that's in the air and you make it just hot enough where you're uncomfortable. It's not humidity.
Yeah.
It's the kind where you walk out and your skin burns and you're going, oh, that's her. But
Yeah.
she's delicious. And if you can't handle her frequency, don't go near it. This is not one of those things where you go, oh, she's so sweet. She's sweet.
She'll burn you.
She's
But
into
if you-
the fire.
Yeah, she's walking freaking fire. So if you can't handle water and fire at the same time, get out.
All right.
Just walk away. Okay, yes, I have to go because he's
All right.
coming out in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you
Nicole.
very much.
Thank you
ladies.
guys.
We love you.
Love you
do
guys.
Let's
All
see the dia wave. See you in
Let's
2
piss off the
weeks.
queen, the reptile queen.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.